This conference will now be recorded.
So in the previous session, we have discussed about automation rules, and we have discussed what exactly an automation rule, what we can do with the help of automation rules in Salesforce, and what kind of automation rules that we have in Salesforce we have discussed in the previous session. And we have discussed about the two automation rules like workflows and the process builder. And we have discussed what exactly a workflow rule, what it indicates, what kind of actions workflow can perform, and when the workflow rules will get filed. And upon using these workflow rules to perform some actions through automation, what kind of limitations that we have discussed in the previous session. And then we have discussed about an extension that is process builder. And we have discussed what exactly a process builder, what it will do, and what kind of actions we can automate through process builder, and when the processes will get filed automatically. And upon using this process builder, what kind of limitations that we have listed out in the previous session. Now, so to overcome the limitations of workflows in the process builder, Salesforce introduced a new feature called as lightning flows. Lightning flows. This is also called as simply flows. This is also called as flow builder. Then what exactly lightning flow and what it represents? What type of lightning flows that we have in Salesforce? And what is the use of each and every type? What kind of actions we can automate through lightning flows? And what flow elements that we have? What is the significance of each and every elemented type? And how can we configure the flows? We'll see practically today. Simply, we can say flow is nothing but an application. Flow is nothing but an application which is used to perform a task. In order to automate a particular task, we are using the help of a flow. So simply we can define flow is nothing but an application which is used to automate the required business logics, which will be getting filed automatically based on the DML events or based on the periodical intervals. Now, so each and every flow is used to perform a particular task. Generally, in order to perform some operations, we are using some Apex programming. Through the Apex programming, we are preparing a class. Inside the class, we are preparing a method. Inside the method, we are writing the actual business logic. So, with the help of some variables, with the help of some conditional statements, with the help of iterative statements, with the help of some some collections, with the help of some SOQL queries, with the help of some DML operations, we are writing some business logic so that we can perform some operations. Now, the same thing we can able to implement through flow without writing any code, just by using some drag and drop features. Simply in one sentence, I can say flow is a new way of writing the code without using any technical skills. Just by using drag and drop, we can able to implement the business logics. In flows also, we can define variables. In flows, we can use conditional statements. We can use iterative statements. We can use collections. We can use SOQL queries. We can use the DML statement. Everything we can do just by using mouse clicks. No need to write any code. Till now, as part of development, we are writing so many lines of code through by using Apex programming in the form of methods. We are preparing some inside the class. We are preparing some method. Within the method, we are writing some business logic. But now, the same logic we can implement just by using mouse clicks, by using drag and drop. Without writing even a single line of code, we can able to implement. That's what we can say. Flow is nothing but an application which is used to automate certain business logics. We can able to perform certain operations inside the application just by using some mouse clicks. Now, then by using these flows, what we can do? With the help of flows, we can perform simple validations also, complex validations also. We can implement our own custom business logics also. Generally, in order to implement your own custom business logic, you are using Apex programming. We are going to the development, but now, as part of flow, without using any Apex programming, without writing even a single line of code, just by using drag and drop options, we can implement that business logic as well. So that with the help of these lightning flows, we can implement our own custom validations also, complex validations also, complex business logics also we can implement with the help of lightning flows. Now, by using these flows, we can able to avoid the drawbacks of both workflow rule and the process builder. So whatever the actions are performing by workflow rule, whatever the actions are performing process builder, all the actions we can do with the help of lightning flows, which allows us to implement some more complex functionalities also. So in this case, as part of this automation rules, we have listed out three types of automation rules, like workflow and the process builder and the lightning flow. If you want to implement simple okay, business logics, go with workflow. If you are implementing some little bit complex, go with process builder. If you want to implement more complex operation, then we can go with the help of flow. Flow is an advanced feature. Without writing any code, without using any programming language, just with the help of some mouse clicks, we can implement the business logic also through with the help of flows. So, in this case here, by using this lightning flow, we can perform simple validations, complex validations, and the complex business logics also declaratively, through declaratively. Declarative means what? Without writing any code, just by using some ready-made components. Now, so now in this case, you can raise a question. So generally, validations will be always done on before. Now, is it possible to find this flow on before? As of now, workflows are always firing on after insert, after update. Then process builders are also firing on after insert, after update. Now, flows are having the capability to fire on both the before and after also both the cases. Flows are having the capability to fire on both before and after performing the operation also, like as your Apex programming triggers. That's what in future, like after 5 years, flows is a replacement for your triggers concept here. Okay, now. So now here in this case, flows can able to fire on both before and after performing the operations as well. So in this case, whenever if you want to implement some complex operations, then we can go with the help of lightning flows, which allows us to implement the business logic through declaratively. Declaratively means what? Without writing any code, no coding option, just by using some ready-made features with the help of drag and drop option, we can build our own custom business logics also through lightning flows. That facility is available. Now, then when these flows will get filed? Flows can fire based on DML events and based on periodical intervals also. Based on DML events also, based on a specific time period also, the flow can get fired. My flow can get filed based on some time periods also. Now, like for example, come to a scenario. For example, assume that I'm having an ICICI Bank credit card. I'm having an ICICI Bank credit card. So now for my credit card, the bill generation date is first of the month. Every month first, my credit card bill will be getting generated. That means in the last 1 month, in the last 30 days, whatever the transactions or whatever the purchases that I have made through this credit card, they will collect all those transaction details. They are going to be generating a bill on that first of that every month. Now, the bill due date will be 20th of the month. The bill due date will be 20th of the month. That means my bill generation date will be first of every month, and then the bill due date will be 20th of the month here. That means how many days that I have time? 20 days of time. I have 20 days of time to make the payment of my credit card bill. Okay, I have 20 days of time. Like as well as electricity bill. Electricity bill will be generating on 5th of the month max, and then we have the time till 20th. That means 15 days of time. Like the similar way, my credit card bill also will be generated every month first, and I have to make the payment by 20th of the month. So almost I'm having 20 days of grace period of time within this 20 days at any point of time over here. Now tell me, as soon as the credit card bill has been generated, how do you know what is that amount that we need to pay? We are getting one alert. Now, on the bill generation date over here, that means on the bill generation date, on first of the month, on the first of the month. That means as soon as the bill has been generated, I'm getting one SMS notification, I'm getting one email notification to indicate, dear customer, your credit card number ending with some 1234 bill has been generated. This is the bill amount. This is the due date. Please pay the credit card bill on or before the due date to avoid the interest charges. They're sending some notifications to me. So as soon as the bill has been generated, immediately I'm getting this notification here. Immediately. As soon as the bill has been generated on first of the month, immediately it will be sending one SMS notification and email notification, okay, regarding my credit card bill. Now I'm having the time till 20th. Now, so in this case here, at any point of time we can pay that bill till 20th of the month. Now, so in that case, as a customer, I may be busy with my work. I may be busy with my office work or personal work. I may be busy with some other vacations also. So now here in this case here, because of some personal work, because of some office work, I may forget to make the payment of the credit card bill also. I have the sufficient funds with me. I have the funds are available with me, but I forgot to make the payment of the credit card bill. If I'm not making the payment of the bill on time, what will happen? It will be impacting on my credit score. It will be impacting on my credit score. It may be CIBIL score will be getting reduced automatically over here. So now in this case here, as an organization, it's our responsibility. Not only just we are sending a notification on the bill generation date, it's our responsibility. We need to keep on reminding to my customers also. Maybe my customer may be busy with some office work or personal work, or he may be in vacation also. He may be hospitalized because of some health issues also. Because of some other work, he may forget to make the payment of my credit card bill. So, as an organization, it's my responsibility. We have to remind to the people as well. For that one, I would like to remind them. In this case, they're sending some notifications also. Now, 10 days before the due date, I would like to send one email alert. 10 days before the due date, I would like to send one reminder alert over here. As an organization, they're sending 10 days before the due date. That means when? What is the due date here? 20th. 10 days before the due date means 10th of the month here. Okay, on 10th of that month. On 10th, they will be sending one SMS notification, one email notification regarding reminder notifications. Next, 5 days before the due date. That means on 15th of the month, they will send one more SMS alert and an email alert. 2 days before the due date. That means on 18th of the month, they will send one more SMS alert, one more email alert also to remind to the people. 1 day before the due date. That means on 19th, they will send one more SMS alert, email alert. 0 days before, that means on the same day, that means 20th of the month also, they will be sending the reminder notification regarding the bill generation date here. And 1 day after, that means on 21st of the month, they will block the card. That means what these people will do, for my card, there is a field called as status field. They would like to make it as inactive. That means they're updating the field value. Okay, now they're indicating that they will block the card over here. They will change my credit card status as inactive. If it is inactive, then the card will be getting declined always. You can't make any purchases. So that means what in this case, what happened? They are not firing immediately. They are not firing the actions immediately based on some specific time periods. 10 days before, that means on 10th of that month, they will send some notifications. On 15th of the month, they're sending some notifications. 18th of the month, they're sending some notifications. 19th also, and the 20th also, 21st also. That means based on some specific time, they're firing some actions also. In this case, not only firing the actions immediately, we can able to schedule these actions also based on some specific time interval. Depends upon the business needs, we can able to schedule this a time interval also. That capability is available as part of flows. So flows can fire on immediately also. That means as soon as whenever the DML events are occurred, immediately it will get fired. Along with that, it can fire based on some specific time period also. That facilities are available here. So in this case, when coming to the flows, flows can able to fire on both DML events and on time basis also. Depends upon the specified time period, based on the scheduled interval, it will be getting fired automatically. So that facility is available here. Okay, so that we can fire the actions immediately, or we can fire the action based on some specific time period. Both the actions we can able to configure as part of Lightning flows. That's what the running instance of a flow, the flow which is currently running, inside my organization, that particular instance is called as flow interview. Flow interview is nothing but the current running instance of the flow will be called as flow interview. Now, so in this case, whenever we are going to be configuring the flows, Salesforce has categorized that flows into two types over here. Flows has been divided into two types. First one, screen flow. Second one, auto launched flow. Okay, screen flow, auto launched flow. Then what is the screen flow? What is auto launched flow? Okay, we'll see one by one. And then in auto launched flow, what other types are available? We'll see one by one here. Okay, simple concept here. So what did we understood with this flows concept here? Basically, flow is nothing but an application. Okay, flow is nothing but an application which is used to automate certain business operations through declaratively. That means as part of your application development, automatically if you want to perform some actions, then we are writing the business logic through Apex programming. Instead of using Apex programming, just by using this mouse clicks, by using drag and drop options, we can implement the business logic and we can file automatically based on some DML events also. For that reason, we are configuring the use of flows. So flow is nothing but an application which is used to automate certain business operations through declaratively. Now, flows will get fired automatically based on DML events or based on some specific time period. Based on the DML operation, like as upon insertion, upon updation, upon deletion, and then trigger will get fired. That means flows will get fired, and along with that, the flows can fire based on some specific time period as well. So that depends upon your requirement, we can decide whether you want to fire based on DML event or based on some scheduled time interval as well. So both the possibilities are available as part of flows. Now, the flow is having the capability to fire on both before and after performing the operation. Generally, when you go to the Salesforce configuration features, most of the automation rules in Salesforce will fire on after. Like we have roll up summary. Roll up summary will always firing on after insert, after update. Formulas will fire on after insert, after update. Workflows will fire on after insert, after update. Process builder will fire on after insert, after update. Sharing rules will fire on after insert, after update. Assignment rules will fire on after insert, after update. Escalation rules will fire on after insert, after update. Auto response rules will fire on after insert, after update. That means most of the automation rules are firing on after. Only validation rules are firing on before here. But flow is having the capability to fire on both the before and after also. Both the possibilities are available inside that flow. Now, so in this case, by using this flow, we can implement our own custom validations also, complex validations also, and the complex business logics also. Whatever you want, we can implement. That facility is available. So in this case, whenever if you want to implement any such complex operations inside your application through declaratively, the best way is flow. By using flow, any type of operation we can automate. Okay, any type of operations we can automate through flow. That facility is available. We don't have any fixed actions. Like in workflow, we have only 4 actions are available. In when coming to the process builder, we have 10 actions. Only those actions we can automate. But in flow, we don't have any such kind of limitation. Anything, whatever you want, you can automate here. All the possibilities are available. Simply, I can say it's like as a programming. It's like as a programming. But generally, programming we are writing. Here we are not writing anything. By using drag and drop, we can do everything. That business logic we can build with the help of drag and drop options over here. Okay? Understood the concept here? Now, so in this case, by using this process for flow, we can able to automate all the actions of workflow rules and the process builders. Whatever the actions we are performing through workflow rule, whatever the actions we are automating through process builder, all the actions we can automate through flow itself. So that here flow is a replacement for both the workflows and the process builder. In future, flow is the replacement for your Apex triggers also. Flow will be the replacement for your Apex triggers also in future because they want to reduce the development part inside your Salesforce application development. If the development part is reduced, then automatically the development time will reduce. If the development time is reduced, we can develop the project very fastly. So the client can save some amount also. Client can save the budget also. Now, in this case, you can raise a question, sir, client is getting benefited because development time has been reduced, automatically client can save some budget also. Then as a developer, what is the benefit to me? Why do we need to learn flows or Salesforce? Because as a non-technical guy, okay, if you're having some little bit programming skills, we can manage our job because development part is completely reduced. Okay, development part is completely reduced, so development part is very very minimal. If I'm having some little bit knowledge of programming, we can manage my job very easily. So that is one of the benefit for the developer person. No need to be an expert in programming. You no need to have expert level programming skills. Even though if you know some basic elements, if you know some little bit programming skills, you can manage your job very easily in Salesforce. That's what here Salesforce people keep on trying to be reducing the development part. Most of the features we can automate through with the help of configuration by using this kind of automation tools. Okay. Now, so now as part of Salesforce, whatever the flows that we have, flows has been categorized into two types. First one, screen flow. Second one, auto launched flow. Okay, screen flow, auto launched flow. Then what is screen flow? We'll see. What is auto launched flow? We'll see one by one. Okay, now make a note of this one. Lightning flow. Lightning flow is nothing but an application. Lightning flow is nothing but an application which is used to automate certain actions, certain actions to be get performed in the application, to be get performed some operations in the applications based on the DML events. Based on the DML events. By using flows, we can implement the business logics through declaratively. Through declaratively. That is by using mouse clicks. Now, by using flows, we can implement the simple validations, complex validations, and the complex business logics inside the application. Flow can get fired on both before and after performing the operations inside the object. Flows can get fired on both before and after performing the operation inside the object. We can make the flow can get fired on both DML events and scheduled time also. Scheduled time also. That is, it can fire on all the DML operations and based on the specified time. By using flows, we can automate all the actions of workflow rules and process builder. Next. Flows supports to perform all the DML operations on the object records. That is, we can perform insert operation, update, delete, and select operation also. All the operations we can able to perform through with the help of flow. Then up to these points. The running instance of a flow is called as flow interview. The running instance of a flow is called as flow interview. Now, each flow should be associated with an object, but an object can have one or more flows. Upon configuring the flow, each flow should be associated with an object. So whenever we are performing some DML operation on this particular object, I want to file a flow. So on what object we are performing the DML operations, to indicate that each flow should be associated with an object. On a single object, we can create multiple flows also. Salesforce provides two categories of flows. First one, screen flow. Second one, auto launched flow. First one, screen flow. Second one, auto launched flow. Done with these points? Done? Done everyone? Now, let's see. So now as part of these flows, let me explain. We have two categories of flows are available here. Now, we are having this lightning flows. We are having this lightning flows. This is the lightning flows feature that we have. As part of these flows, we have two types of flows are available in Salesforce. First one, screen flow. Second one, auto launched flow. Two types of flows are available here. We have two categories. Screen flows. Second one, auto launched flows. These are the two categories are available. We have these two categories, screen flow and the auto launched flow. So these are the two categories are available. Okay. Now in this case here, what did you understood with this word screen flow, auto launched flow? Screen flow means what? What did you understood here? Screen means what? User interface, which contains some visual appearance controls like text boxes, check boxes, buttons, pick list controls. Like that, we are having so many input controls are available over here. So now, as part of this screen flow contains a user interface which contains some visual appearance. Okay, which contains some visual appearance. It will be having some screen. On this screen, it will be having some text boxes will be available here. Pick list controls also, check boxes also, everything. It will be having some button controls also. Why? We can able to pass some input values to the application at runtime. In the text boxes, we have to enter some value. Based on that value, it will perform the operations automatically in the background. So that screen flow contains a user interface which contains the various visual appearance controls on the user interface which are used to supply the input values to the application at runtime. In order to pass some input values at runtime, which we are using this screen flow, and as soon as once you click on the button control, whatever the input we have supplied, based on the input, it will perform the operation automatically here. Okay, so as part of this screen flow, it will represent a user interface to you for which we need to supply the required input values. Based on the input values, it will perform the operation inside your application. For that one, we are using the help of screen flow. Now, second one, auto launched flow. What do you mean by auto launch? Launching in the sense firing. Auto launched means automatically firing when based on some time or based on some events, DML events, upon insertion, upon updation, upon deletion, or based on some time we can able to fire. For that one auto launch. That means these will be firing automatically. These we have to invoke manually here. Observe the scenario here. Now, in this case, as soon as once you click on this screen flow, we need to invoke it manually by adding as a quick action. So now, once the screen flow has been fired, it will be opening a screen for you. In that screen, it is having some visual appearance controls. In that controls, we have to supply some input values. Based on the values, it will be performing the operations internally. But as part of auto launched flow, it will be firing automatically in the background. These are not providing any screen, no visual appearance. It will perform automatically in the background itself. We can't see that. We can't see. We no need to supply any input values. No need to pass any input values. Auto launched flows will get fired automatically based on some DML events or based on the specified time. It will be running in the background by default. Now, so as part of this auto launched flow, these are executing in the background automatically here. So in this case, auto launched flows has been divided into four categories. Auto launched flows has been subdivided into four categories here. Let me explain those four categories. Now, now, these are the four categories will be available again. So, auto launched flows has been subdivided into four categories. Now, these are the four categories. Auto launched flows has been divided into four subcategories. First one, record triggered flow. First one, record triggered flow. Second one, scheduled triggered flow. Third one, auto launched flow, auto launched flow with no trigger. Auto launched flow with no trigger. Fourth one, platform event message triggered flow. Platform event message triggered flow. Now, let me expand this. Now, the fourth one, platform event message triggered flow. Platform event message triggered flow. These are the four types are available here. So now as part of this auto launched flow, we have four types are available. Record triggered flow, scheduled triggered flow, auto launched flow with no trigger, and the platform event message triggered flow. These are the four subcategories are available as part of auto launch. That means what? These four types of triggers will be firing automatically. These are firing automatically here in the background. Now, so now they are executing automatically in the background here. Now, let's see in this case here. What do you mean by this record triggered flow, scheduled triggered flow, auto launched flow with no trigger, platform event message triggered flow? We'll see one by one here. Okay, now the first one, record triggered flow. What did you understood with this name, record triggered flow? Triggering means what? Firing. Record triggered means what? Record is firing this trigger. That means what here? It is the flow will be firing by a record. That means generally on the records, what kind of operations we are doing? We are inserting, we are updating, we are deleting the record. That means upon inserting the record, upon updating the record, upon deleting the record, if you want to perform some action, then create a flow of type what? Recorded triggered flow. This is the functionality. Okay, so record triggered flow means these flows will be getting fired by a record upon performing the operation. Whenever we are inserting a record or updating the record, deleting the record, if you want to perform some actions, then create a flow of type recorded triggered flow. In that flow, what operations you want to do, it's your choice here. We can write simple operation also, complex operation also, whatever you want, we can do that here. That facility will be available to you. Okay, these are nothing but triggering points over here, which indicates when this flow will get fired. That will be indicating by these four triggering points over here. These are just like as the events. These are just like as the events. That means event means occasion, which indicates when the trigger has to be get fired. Once the flow has to be get fired to indicate that we are using this triggering points over here. Okay, now the first one, recorded triggered flow, which will get fired automatically. Okay, which will get fired automatically upon performing the DML operations on your Salesforce object records. While inserting some new records, while updating the existing records, while deleting the records, this flow will be getting fired automatically by default here, which will run in the background. It will perform the required operations, whatever you want. Okay, this is the first type over here. Next, second one, scheduled triggered flow. What do you mean by scheduled triggered flow? Right. These flows will be getting fired based on the scheduled interval. What are the time period we have configured, based on the time it will get fired automatically over here. Because in so many places we are using this scheduled triggered flows. Like for example, let me explain one scenario. Already I have given one scenario regarding the credit cards over here. Okay, now like the similar passion over here. For example, assume that today I'm traveling to Bangalore. Okay, I'm traveling to Bangalore from Hyderabad. So right now I'm in Hyderabad. I want to travel to Bangalore today evening here. So I have reserved a bus ticket. Okay, I have reserved a bus ticket here by selecting a travel management application. Now the bus time will be okay night at 9 o'clock. In Amirpet will be my boarding point here. My boarding point is Amirpet. Night at 9 o'clock, the bus will be arriving the Amirpet station so that I can catch the bus and I can travel to Bangalore. Now, just now I'm reserving a ticket by using that Red Bus application, Abi Bus application, any of the travel management application here. So now, as soon as whenever I'm confirming the ticket, as soon as whenever I'm making the payment, immediately I'm getting the notification, right? To indicate, dear passenger, your ticket has been confirmed to travel from Hyderabad to Bangalore. So today will be the board like your traveling date, and this is the bus number. This is the seat number also. This is the boarding point detail. This is the bus contact number. Everything they're indicating that. Now, so now my bus time will be night at 9 o'clock in Amirpet here. Now, so now here once the ticket has been confirmed, immediately I'm getting the notification regarding my ticket details. Next, 4 hours before the travel, 4 hours before the travel, I'm getting one more notification regarding the bus number and the driver contact number over here. 4 hours before the travel. Observe this one time here. So now my bus time will be night at 9 o'clock, and then evening at 5 o'clock, I'm receiving one notification here, one SMS alert regarding the bus number and the driver contact number here. That means based on some time before 4 hours of my travel here. Next. And before 2 hours of the travel, I'm getting one more notification regarding the tracking link. Regarding the bus tracking link, they're sending one more notification 2 hours before the travel over here. Through the tracking link, I can see where exactly the bus is located. Through the Google map, we can able to track the bus location also over here. That facility is available. That means what? It will be indicating that 2 hours before the travel. That means at 7 p.m. night, I'm getting one notification regarding that travel, the tracking link. Through the tracking link, I can track the bus location exactly. And then half an hour before of that, reaching to the boarding point, I'm getting a notification, dear passenger, bus is arriving on that boarding point here. Now the next stop will be your boarding point. So please get ready with your luggage to board that bus. That means half an hour before they're sending one more alert over here. Next. So once we are reaching to that Bangalore, okay, once I'm reaching to the Bangalore morning at 6 o'clock. Now at 8 o'clock, that means after reaching to the Bangalore, after reaching to the destination, after 2 hours, we are getting one more notification regarding the feedback, okay, for our travel experience. That means what? When coming to the bus tickets also, we are getting some scheduled alerts. Okay, 4 hours before the travel, one alert. 2 hours before the travel. Half an hour before the travel. 2 hours after the travel here. I'm getting some notifications. Now tell me who will send these notifications to you? Bus driver? Travel management people? No. Who will send this one? Application itself. That means we are scheduling some actions. We are performing some operations automatically based on some time. Not only based on some DML operations, based on some time also we can schedule some actions as well. In that case here, we are using the help of scheduled triggered flows. So basically, scheduled triggered flows are used to scheduling some actions to be fired based on some specific time period. So now with the help of this scheduled triggers, we can able to implement scheduled jobs also, which will be firing based on the periodical intervals. Now, in this case, you can raise a question. Sir, this action will be firing after 4 hours here or before 4 hours. Till that time where it will be available here. Till the specified time period, this particular action will be waiting inside the Salesforce queue. Salesforce is having its own queue. Inside the queue, the action is keep on waiting for the time over here. Once the time is up, automatically action will get fired. It will be performing the operation. Once the operations have been done, it will remove this entry from the queue automatically by default here. Okay, still the scheduled time is up, the action will be waiting inside the Salesforce queue. Once the time is up, automatically the action will get performed. It will be removing that entry from the queue automatically by default here. So that whenever if you want to perform some operations based on some scheduled time period, then we can go with the help of scheduled triggered flows. Okay, understood the concept here? Recorded triggered flows are only for what? DML operation. Scheduled triggers are only for scheduled time. Based on some time, we can find some actions over here. Okay, next. Auto launched flow with no trigger. That means what? What did you understand?
It will automatically
Okay,
without any trigger.
without triggering, that means.
No,
Now,
it
without
will
trigger.
perform automatically by
If you have modify anything, means you won't show the modification. Automatically, it will update according to the.
No. These are nothing but triggering points over here. Auto launched flow, no trigger. As of now, we are having triggering points for this. For recorded triggered flow, what is the triggering point? DML operations. For scheduled trigger, there is a specific time which we are specifying over here. Now, for this auto launched flow, that means these flows are also firing in the background. These are also performing the operations in the background, but we don't have any triggering point. Then in this case, how it will fire? We have to invoke it manually. We have to invoke it manually here. So these flows, auto launched with no trigger, these flows we have to invoke manually. So these flows will not be firing because they don't have any triggering point here. They don't have any triggering point, so they can't fire by their own. We need to invoke them manually. How? By using either Apex programming. Through Apex programming also, we can invoke this flow. That is one way. One more way. Yesterday I showed you. Yesterday I told you one more way.
process will
Right. So now in process builder, there is an action called as invoking a process or flow. There is an action. Through the process builder also, we can invoke this flow as well over here. Okay. So this auto launched with no trigger flows are not having any triggering points. We need to invoke this flows manually, but it will not be okay waiting on the screen. It will be performing in the background automatically. In this meantime, we can continue with our operation as it is. So auto launched flows we need to invoke manually with the help of either process builder or by using the help of Apex programming. Okay, next. The fourth one, platform event message triggered flow. Basically, this is for the Lightning components over here. As part of Lightning components, we can create our own custom events. We can create our own custom events as part of a Lightning flow, which as part of your Lightning components. Based on the custom events, also we can able to file some flows as well. For that reason, we are using platform event and message triggered flows. These are the four subtypes are available as part of this Lightning flows. As part of this auto launched flows, we have these four types: record triggered, schedule triggered, auto launched flow with no trigger, platform event message triggered flows. These are the four types are available. Okay. Simply we can say, if anybody asks a question here, so what are the five types of flows, okay, that we have? First one screen flow, second one record triggered, third one schedule triggered, fourth one auto launch, fifth one platform event. These will be firing automatically in the background because these four flows are not having any visual appearance. These will be executing in the background. That's what these are comes under auto launched flow. These are firing automatically and these will be performing the operations in the background. But only the screen flow will be visible to you on the screen, which is enforcing you to provide some input values. Till the input values are not entered, this flow will not get fired. But these are firing automatically in the background. Clear? Understood the concept now? Next. Make a note of this one. Screen flows. Screen flow contains a user interface which contains a set of visual appearance controls on it. Visual appearance controls on it. For example, text boxes, checkbox, pick list, buttons, etc. Now, by using screen flow, we can supply the required input to the application at runtime. And based on the input values, it will perform the operations inside the application. Second one, auto launched flows. These flows will get fired automatically based on the specified DML events or scheduled time periods. Now, auto launched flows will always executed internally in the background. In the background. Now, auto launched flows has been subcategorized into four types. First one, recorded triggered flows. These flows will get fired automatically based on the DML events. On the records. That is, while performing the insert, update, delete operations on the records, these flows will get fired automatically in the background, will perform the operation. Second one, scheduled triggered flows. These flows will get fired based on the scheduled time interval. Now, based on the specified time, it will get fired automatically in the background. Done with the screen flow. By using these flows, we can build the scheduled jobs. We can build the scheduled jobs to perform the operations in the application. Till the scheduled time is up, the job will get resides inside the Salesforce queue. Inside the Salesforce queue. Once the scheduled time is up, then it will find the flow. That means it will find the actions and will perform the operation. Third one, scheduled triggered flow with a no, sorry, auto launched flow with no trigger. Auto launched flow with no trigger. Auto launched flow with no trigger. Done with the first one? We have to invoke these flows by using process builder or by using Apex programming. These will get executed in the background. Fourth one. These flows will get fied. These will get fied through the custom events from the Lightning components. By using Lightning components, we can invoke these flows with the help of custom events. Then up to this second one. Done with the second? Done with this? Now, let's see. So now, as of now, we have discussed what exactly a flow, when the flow will get executed, what are the various triggering points are available for the flows we have discussed. Now, once the flow has been getting fired, what it will do, it will perform certain operations. If you want to do that operations, we need to write some logic, right? Yes, we have to write some logic. So what operations you want to do related to that operation, we have to write some logic. Then how can we write that logic here? Generally, in order to write the business logics, we are using programming language. That means Apex programming. In Apex programming, how to write the business logic? By using so many building blocks given by Apex programming. Apex programming has given so many fundamental building blocks, like some variables, conditional statements, iterative statements, collections, SOQL queries, DML statements. So many features are available in Apex programming. Through those features, we can write our own custom business logics also. Now, as part of Lightning Flow, that already told you, Lightning Flow is a new way of writing the business logic just by using declarative features. As of now, if you want to write the business logic by using programming, we should aware of the programming syntax. Each functionality syntax we have to aware of. Based on the syntax, we have to write the business logic here. But as part of this flow allows us to build a similar kind of business logic by using declaratively. That means by using mouse clicks, by using drag and drop. In that case, in order to build a business logic, flow provides a collection of elements. Flow provides a collection of elements over here. In Apex programming or any other programming language, we are having some fundamental building blocks. That means some fundamental elements like as variables, conditional statements, iterative statements, collections, SOQL, DML statement. These are all are the elements. Now, the similar kind of elements that we have in Flow also, which we can able to implement through by using drag and drop without writing even a single line of code, without having any syntax, just by using mouse clicks and the drag and drop, we can able to build those business logics with the help of flow elements. So as part of this flow elements, in Salesforce, we have three types of flow elements are available. Okay, we have three types of elements here. First one, screen elements. Okay, screen elements. These are also called as interaction elements. First category of elements are screen elements or interaction elements. Second one, logical elements here. Okay, second one, logical elements. Third one, data elements. Okay, these are the three categories are available. First one, screen element or interaction elements. Second one, logical elements. Third one, data elements. Then what is the screen element? What elements are available under screen element? What logical elements are available? What data elements are available? We'll see one by one. Now, the first one, screen elements here. Now, that already we have discussed that as part of these flows, we have a type called as a screen flow. Okay, screen flow. Screen flow contains what? Some visual appearance controls, which contains some text boxes, check boxes, pick list controls, button controls, everything. If you want to place all those things on the screen, if you want to design that particular screen, we need all those elements, right? For that one, Salesforce has given an element type category called as screen elements. Screen elements are providing a collection of elements which we can use to design our own user interface as part of screen flows. As part of screen flows, if you want to design your own user interface, we are using the help of screen elements. Now, as part of screen elements, we are having so many elements are available. Like we have an element called as a screen. With the name screen, we have an element. We have action, we have flow, we have subflow. These are the various screen elements that we have as part of your Salesforce. Okay, this is the first category of elements. Second one, logical elements. Logical elements are means what? Which are used to build some business logics. In order to build some business logics, whatever the logical elements are required, those are available over here. Like we have variable, we have decision, that means conditional statements here. We have loops, that means iterative statements. We have collection, okay, we have the collections concept here. Collection sort, that means which we can able to sorting the elements over here automatically, like as your set collection when you go to the Apex programming. List is an unordered collection, set is an unordered, which will be sorting automatically. So we have, okay, sort, that means collection sort elements are available. These are the elements are available which are comes under, okay, logical elements. Third one, data elements. Basically, data elements are used to interact with the database objects. In order to perform the operations on your database objects, we are using the help of data elements here. Now tell me, generally here, simply I can say data elements are nothing but DML operations here, your DML statements. What DML statements that we know? Update, insert, delete, select. These are the four elements are available, along with upset also here. We have insert, update, delete, select, upset. Five elements are available which are comes under data elements. These are the three categories of elements are available, okay, as part of your flows. We have interaction elements or screen elements. Second one, logical elements. Third one, data elements. Okay, now make a note of this one. Flow elements. Now, while building the business logic inside the flow, inside the flow, through declaratively, we have to use a collection of flow elements. A collection of flow elements. Salesforce provides the below three types of elements. First one, interaction or screen elements. These are used to design the user interfaces by placing the required visual appearance controls. Visual appearance controls on the screen. which can be used to supply the input values to the flow at runtime. Now, for example, we have screen, flow, subflow, action. Like that, we have various interaction elements. Second one, logical elements. These are used to build the custom business logic by adding the required conditions. Now, like for example, we have variable, variable, decision, loops, collections, collection sort, etc. Third one, data elements. These elements are used to interact with the database objects. Interact with the database objects to perform the required DML operations, and the object records through flow. For example, we have get a record, create a record element, update record element, delete record element, upset record elements. These are the three types of elements. Done with this? Then how can we create the flow? Let me give you the navigation here. Now we can specify. Click on setup menu, search for the option Lightning Flows in quick find box. Go to the flows section, click on new flow button. Select the object name from the pick list. Select the object name from the pick list. Click on next button. Select the flow type from the templates. Click on submit button. Go to the flow builder tool. Select the layout as freeform layout. Design the required business logics by using flow elements and click on save button. Click on activate button to activate the flow and test the flow by creating the required records. This is the navigation we used to follow in order to configure a new flow inside your Salesforce org. Done with this? Do you know shorthand? Do you know shorthand? No, that's what you are writing very fast, no? Mhm. Done? Let me show you the screen navigation here. How can we go to that flow? Let me show you that screen over there. Now, just go to the setup menu, search for the option lightning flows, or simply we can search for the option flows also. Now it is providing so many built-in flows because these are the ready-made flows which has been given by Salesforce by default over here. These are the ready-made flows. Now, so I would like to create a new flow. Just you can click on a new flow button here. Now, select the flow type. It is providing the various types. So by default, it is selecting screen flow. Okay, record triggered flow, scheduled triggered flow, platform event triggered flow. We have auto launched flow with no trigger. Now this is a different over here. Okay, record trigger orchestration is different here. It is not a type of the flow. These are the 5 types are available over here. Now select that flow type whatever you want. For example, I'm selecting okay screen flow also, record triggered flow also. Let me go with that same screen flow. Click on create. Now it is providing the flow builder because this is the flow builder tool. In this flow builder tool, we have to design the elements over here. That means build the business logic. Now here as part of this flow builder, we have 2 types of layout. First one, auto layout. Second one, free form layout here. Just you can able to select that option over here. This is the auto layout here. Now, I would like to select free form layout. Select the free form layout. Now these are the flow elements over here. In the left panel, we have flow elements, interaction elements, logical elements, data elements over here. These are the elements are available. We have screen element, action, subflow. As part of logical elements, we have assignment, decision, loop, transform, which is in beta version, collection sort, collection filter, various options. Data elements, we can perform, create records, update, get the records, delete records, roll back records, all these operations. These are the 3 categories of elements are available. Just by using these elements, we can able to design your own user interface also. We can able to add your own conditions also over here. If you want to query some records from the object, just you can use get records over here. Place that element over here, specify the label here. Like for example, get account records. Okay, for your information here, just I'm showing. Because in next session, we'll see with practical what objects data you would like to query. It will populate all the object names. I want to query the data from account object here. What conditions you want to apply? I want to get only those account records whose annual revenue value is greater than 20 lakhs. Now those records will be you want me to sort or not here. Now not in sorted order here. If you want to sort in ascending order, then you can select that based on what column. I want to select based on annual revenue column. How many records you would like to store? I want to collect all the records here, either one record or multiple. Because when you go to your SQL queries, we are giving limit class, limit one or more than one. If it is one single record, we can store. If it is multiple, we have to use collection. Based on that, it will decide how to store the record. Automatically store all fields or only some fields which you would like to choose. Depends upon that, we can select that. Like that, here we are having so many elements are available over here. We have so many elements are available here. These are all are the various elements. Everything is through mouse pointers only. We are not writing even a single line of code also. Everything will be purely mouse clicks only. Here we need to operate. That's what here I told you. Flow is a new way of writing the business logics over here. Okay. Flow is a new way of writing business logics inside that. Then how can we design our own screens by using screen flow, and how to build the business logics, how to perform the DML operations, everything we'll see in the next sessions over here. Next weekend also we are having the flows practical session. Don't miss those part over here. Okay, clear? Tomorrow class will be the normal sessions. Okay, tomorrow we are having the normal continuation sessions over there. Okay, every batch will be having their own timings. Okay, morning 7, 9, and the 11 timings will be the difference over here. Okay, thank you.
Excuse me, sir. Can you